to get back to this is kind of interesting, me getting into music. I remember my dad, I started playing banjo in second grade. And I remember my dad coming in my room one night and he tacked a $5 bill up over the doorway for me and my brother. He said, anybody who learns to play the guitar gets this $5 bill. We were pretty young, but what he wanted us to be able to play in Vespers and morning church and for the Sunday night campfires. I mean, any kid that came to camp that could play guitar, that was a big deal. So I started performing at the Deerwoode Sunday night campfires when I was probably in second or third grade. I think that's where all this got started. I got used to doing that at a very young age. I wasn't freaked out by it. Started writing songs in junior high, but it kind of all comes back to this camp. It's not a large leap to see how I ended up here when you see where what I came up through. And I can think about these songs. So many of the songs that I have written in Jupiter County are about Deerwoode, or about that place. And on Sunday nights, every cabin had to get up and perform a live act at the campfire. Counselors had to come up with some song or some skit or something for them to perform. That went all the way up through 12, 13 cabins. So it was kind of like the Gong Show every Sunday night. Some stuff was really good when you had counselors that really could bring and harness some incredible talent out of what they were doing. And it was mostly taking, contemporary songs at the time and add new lyrics to them that kind of would reflect camp or whatever. And then some of them were more traditional, pieces that we did at camp that we carried on. And counselors would get up like, the Smoky Mountain Boys would get up and do Butter Beans. Right. And it was just absolutely awful. You had 5 counselors that couldn't sing. But just a bowl of butter beans, pass cornbread if you please, songs like that, and it was terrible. So that's kind of where it all got started, and then I started playing, and I would start putting more original stuff in it as we moved along, where it wasn't just some parody of a contemporary song or a church song or something that we did, like I said, in church service or whatever. So and every now and then you'd have other kids that came in and played. And right. Man, that's when it really got good. I remember when I was in cabin 13, I didn't pick up guitar till I was probably in junior high. I was a banjo player. But we had a guy from Louisiana, from Lafayette, Louisiana, named Charles Steck, that was in there in the basketball program, who was a really good drummer. So we were jamming one day in the cabin, and Steck had turned up a couple of 5-gallon buckets and was playing the drums on them, like one of these,
the
street performers you would see in New York.
Sure.
So, man, it was so badass that we said, we got trash cans, and we had 2 or 3 different size trash cans. We had some type of stand with a tennis ball can on it for a hi-hat. And we basically rigged Steck up a trap kit. And man, we did Smoke on the Water at campfire one night with Steck playing the trash can drums. And that place went crazy. It was just nuts. I think that's when I really got bit by the rock and roll bug. I saw how that kind of energy could come off of what you were doing. And people just latch right into it.
Right.
So when I got done playing basketball in college, I moved straight to Georgia. I'd already been playing on the road and never looked back. So it wasn't really, they'd offered me more money in Europe to go play pro basketball, I would have. That was 1988. We just didn't get paid as much money back in those days as you do now. Right. Although I was a pretty good player.
Take a moment to shine on Happy Camper Life.